not his or it's mine or I don't know. It's like she's just putting on somebody. I don't know what's
this man, till this day, is still in the picture.
Okay,
We didn't have sex. It's just he's in the picture. We're all in Job Corps. And he knows, like, I'm pregnant. And he's Mr. Casanova.
I want to give Mr. Figures a chance to respond.
From my perspective of things, you have this friend that's in your life, whatever, and that's good. But at the same time, when you telling everybody that you're dealing with this person, here it is a week later, you kind of say to me again.
Now this is the camera I don't pick up.
If you want more episodes of Paternity Court, make sure to subscribe.
It's not called the law enforcement. We were trying to book you don't say. Il caméra aussi vous cambier son. Vous dites ça. Vous mettez une caméra. Au bout de ça, on cancer. On donne cette aussi, on a aussi la vidéo. Il y a un ami de la fiduciaire de Dieu. send us any video.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, members of the 14th State. Family way, then our office, then our host, where they watch you online, na TV. This now our usual weekly government press conference where the Ministry of Information and Civic Education of Weekend owner, where now my colleague and brother, the minister, the host. Today again we are with people that we get knowledge and experience, but which we can discuss. When I remember saying last week we'll be there, we will talk about the young man them. But then one thing come out of that and the fact say we get beaucoup question and concern we get to do with dog business. So we feel say because we na government will listen about what people want for me to talk about. I make the minister decide say this week we will get people away now. People away get expertise for this area experience. We can talk to now about drug addiction and waiting in the ministry, and also we colleague of Paddy, Dr. John they do by work, and we also get we sister with we come out from the civil society for also come up for waiting there for. So I want to welcome now to this week with West Conference, and I hope say like we don't start, we will continue for get good partnership and make plan. But the important thing that we want to ensure say we connect government to the people, and the only way we can do that through one of them platforms there where the press conference will get today. So without too much ado, I will look for Anna over to the host, the minister. For start and also for continue program. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Deputy Minister Yusuf Keketomasani, family and I also been a chair of I'm a Minister for Information and Civic Education. Actually, for me, again the weekly press and civic engagement conversation where the ministry don't put in place for bring the people away, they make policy, we don't leader them, or can talk to the people in the salon directly through the media. We press, I want to take this opportunity again for tell plenty thank you to all the media partners. I notice say the media they now they come on time. Congratulations. We're already there, ready for start right at the time we will see for start 2 p.m. We will continue to do this and I want to appreciate you all for that. So I will tell all the one that will carry this program live. Plenty thank you. And I want to also particularly tell the one that will send questions in advance. Thank you. Every week we announce the topic. We put a link. We get a QR code and we get a link. We ask people for sending questions. Now if you're inside this room, and use that QR code. You don't need for gaps themselves. You also use that QR code and be able to ask the questions, and other people in there can able to vote on your question. So the question then listed based on whose question they don't give thumbs up to. The commitment now, that for start with their question and they will really ask online. So we will keep our short and quick. We get more and more, even when nowadays you want to ask follow-up questions, you use that. But the one inside the hall, we will get control now. Now only create you do big speech. We keep our short, one question per person. So that we'll get as many of our inputs as possible. Just want to remind the people that within our house, say the platform we use and call slido.com, and the code date and the flyer with out. You can use the QR code and you go there, you just enter your question and me will see the question there very live. Now very live today, say we get a very high powered panel. We get my colleague, the exceptional, distinguished Minister for Health, Nasalon, with the take care of all of the money business, incredibly hardworking, Dr. Austin Denby. The couple can talk about updates there in the health sector, which they do, which are the challenges that we face right now, which are the plans that we get, and it will include these subjects who are also express interest in the drug crisis in the country. We also get to sister from civil society, and I know say we committed to this space to make it available to non-governmental entities. In fact, as I expect say in the future we will get journalists there who will get this topic we're interested in for long as they join me at the panel and have a conversation. So Matilda Ekan Sonsiana, in a civil society activist, they open to rural women there, and they will talk more about their new response, particularly how the crisis they affect female youth. Dr. Abdul Jallo, senior specialist for psychiatry, and the head of the mental institution at the country, and he do an outstanding job. And we don't call Ireland that can share the new updates of the situation and waiting, then they do as well for help with this crisis. Before we hand over to the panelists there, I just want to give a quick summary of some of the highlights of government news over the past week, so that I've been telling about waiting people to try for do when we start the first 5 minutes, and will provide updates on highlights the way the government of Salon they do, so that the journalists will get access to this news information. As we go forward, we're going to make sure the highlights that will be available on the website and how we platform them. So not to just follow Kagidaya, but I'll get ways then for cross-check this information. I'll try to go very fast. One, for inform I say the ambassador for Salon to the United States, Ambassador Siddiqui Abubakar, been getting productive bilateral engagements at the State Departments with the African Bureau team. We include the Deputy Secretary of State, the Deputy Assistant Secretary of State for West Africa and Asia, and the Desk Officer for Salon and Guinea. The update dinner that the United States government continue for pledge of support for President Liu in National Election Systems Review, and they not make a commitment saying they will send an MCC delegation for Mr. Salon very soon. That successful engagement has been followed by a courtesy visit with Ambassador the incoming United States Ambassador to Salon, His Excellency Brian D. Holmes. Just want to reiterate again the point, say the relationship between Salon and the United States continue to be very strong, and we continue to get conversations on how we move all the partnership initiatives forward. Another update for share now that the Vice Chancellor of the Regional Maritime University of Ghana, Professor Jethro Brooks, don't sign an MOU, Memorandum of Understanding, with the Salon Maritime Administration for enhancement and the domestication of the standards of training, certification, watchkeeping for seafarers, the convention. This will enable Salon for independently train young seafarers there. On Friday, 18th August 2023, the Minister for Internal Affairs, Major General David Taluva, also began a dialogue with the transport stakeholder then to remind them of the rules then and regulations in the attitudes of drivers and road safety and pedestrians. This meeting will include major players across the transport sector, and they agree for continuing to work together for increased safety on the road. I'll pass quickly to Mibola Yusuf Sandi, the Deputy Minister, for read the Salone Police press release with the date 17th August 2023. So we just read out very quickly and then we go forward.
Okay, so I'm a big fan of those quick. Put them out. The Sierra Leone police notes with dismay the increased level of lawlessness and recklessness displayed on our roads by some motorists, garage owners, vehicle owners, motorcycle and tricycle riders. These acts of lawlessness and recklessness have in many ways contributed to the increased number of recorded road crashes in the country, some of which have resulted to serious injuries, fatalities, and damage to property. Against this backdrop, the SLP would like to inform the general public that effective September 1, 2023, the Directorate of Traffic Management and Road Safety will enforce the following traffic measures and regulations with a view to restoring sanity on the roads, ensure the safety of road users, and also improve on the free flow of traffic. First, it shall be prohibited to abandon or park vehicles, motorcycles, or tricycles on the road. Garage owners shall also not be allowed to use any of the roads as a garage. Vehicle, motorcycle, tricycle, or garage owners must therefore ensure that they remove all vehicles, motorcycles, or tricycles presently abandoned on the roads on which are parked for the roads for the purpose for repairs. 2. It shall be prohibited to park vehicles on any of our roads in Freetown and in the provinces for more than 1 hour. The police and SLISA will ensure strict compliance. 3. No vehicle under any circumstance shall be allowed to park on or along the hillside bypass road. Number 4. All bike riders and their pillions must use helmets while plying the roads. Defaulting riders and pillions will be arrested and prosecuted. 5. With immediate effect, motorists, bike and tricycle riders are prohibited from parking on all major junctions along the road leading to and from Waterloo and the provinces. Motorists and riders are only allowed to drop and pick up passengers or pillions at all major junctions. And lastly, the restriction placed on commercial motorcycles from plying the central business district is maintained as still in force. This comes out from the Media Relations Department of Sierra Leone Police.
All right, thank you very much. Very quickly next, on 19th August, Salome General Consident will mark the World Photography Day, and the team have been building peace and national cohesion through the lens. I've been getting the honor of go join and deliver the keynotes on behalf of His Excellency the President at an impressive event now. The Minister for Technical and Higher Education on the 19th of August as well, Dr. Hajar Ramatulai Wuri, officially signed a contract with Akav Abhinav Consultants Pvt Limited, a reputable Indian company for the construction of Okono University of Science and Technology. So Fakulewe Kono Konose and better they come for Okono very, very soon. This university, they don't sign the agreement and the work is expected for start very soon. Expected for to bridge the gap between classroom knowledge and hands-on application. They're going to focus on engineering, agriculture, and math. Science, technology, engineering, agriculture, and math STEAM. EPA also did on a 3-week intensive raid on illicit dredge mining activities across the country. The raid they don't cover areas in the east, south, and northern regions, and over 80 dredges have been burnt and destroyed. That are from the Environmental Protection Agency. And then finally, the Minister for Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, when we host Minister Nayan, Minister Timothy Musa Kaba, being getting first meeting with the diplomatic corps Nasalone at the Ministry main conference room. The Minister will tell them thank you for their support to Salone, and we assure them saying we'll be a distant minister and we'll continue to work with them for advanced President Bill in the 5 agenda. So and now all the updates we will get today from our cross government for now. As I say, we will try to provide this update there as well to now, to send them to now. Feel free to give question and answer for use the platform and for ask me questions, additional clarification questions on this. So now, for while we all day are, I will hand over first to the panelists there all for get, I'll say, it's 10 minutes for frame their interventions very quickly, and then we will open up for hopefully a very good conversation. First on the list, the Honorable Minister for Health, Dr. Austin Bello.
Well, thank you very, very much, Minister Siba. Again, this is a special moment for we all. Really quite pleased with the new tone. This government for the people, and for all we're able to communicate in a language where even people that are in the village in Nigeria and again understand what we're talking. Very, very important. So thank you very much. Also want to express the gratitude to the media and this new spirit of starting on time. Because we save everybody the energy, we respect you as journalists, we respect we as workman in Poland, and I hope we will continue this on. So on a personal note, I really want to take the moment to thank His Excellency the President for really giving me this opportunity to come as Minister again for well-body business. We do a lot over the past 5 years in the health sector. We established some really, really dramatic gains. For example, the woman with the diarrhea and Ngedele, we were able to dramatically reduce that by over 60%. We were able to make some major inroads into Pekin and Taiwan. We were able to make some dramatic impact on COVID-19. We were able to contain COVID-19. We're all now in the struggle with Sierra Leone. Till now, the level for even believe we data. But we get solid evidence that we're able to manage this much better than anybody else because of the prior experience. So again, I think with all that, we're glad the President give you another opportunity for serve this nation. So I'm framing the discussion around 5 major thematic areas. Number one, the President is very clear when he says well-body business now. All-man business and well-body business means everybody will be included. So when I say universal health coverage, it means what they do for well-body business, everybody counts. All 7.5, 8 million of we. And we believe the backbone for universal health coverage. Now we think about primary health care, where you take health care to the people there, to the farthest reaches of the country. So now this country, as we get the opportunity for say, with over 1,500, 1,600 healthcare facilities spread throughout the whole country, nearly 85% of the population get access to a health facility within a 5-kilometer radius. The biggest challenge we will get now how you will bring quality to their facility in this. And that now we work on our type of share optionality around that. The second major aspect of that is if you get breakthrough, you get more complex cases where you need to manage at the primary health care unit, even though the focus on prevention of the primary health care unit. You need to get secondary and tertiary facilities at the hospital level, at the district level, at the central level, where they deal with more complex cases. So over the past 40 years, we don't invest a lot more in primary health care, but we don't invest enough yet on the hospital side. So we try to do now to bring some more balance. Intensify the accomplishments of primary health care, but take prevention and care to the people. At the same time, rebuild or re-strengthen the hospital facilities for both secondary and tertiary. So the secondary and tertiary facilities are the second major pillar of the work. The third major pillar now, how to get the connection between the primary health care and the secondary health care using ambulance service or referral systems So we will focus on our third ambit for improve the referral systems. And fourthly, health security. How we will make sure that in this country we prepare for the next outbreak, we will prevent the next outbreak, and when the next outbreak comes, we will respond to our much more actively and proactively. So now there are four major areas in which we work on now. The fifth component, there are cross-cutting issues really cut across everybody, and I think this topic today, an important topic on mental health, and we will talk about mental health and how that related to the push situation. But that national today is spanned from the pregnant woman all the way to the baby, all the way to the young toddler, all the way to the person just before they go to school, all the time when they leave school, all the way to adults, all the way to senior citizens. So what they try to do now in all of the interventions, including mental health, really makes us say no one are left behind by following the life stages approach, starting from pregnancy to the baby, to the pikin, to the school child, to the young adult, to the senior citizen. So without framing it, our really next for as we carry on the conversation, we'll see what you've done and what you need to do going forward.
Sit on the push crisis, because I think there's a lot of interest in the drug crisis. Last week, we've been there and we had many questions. In fact, even this week, we'll put out saying we have so many people don't ask questions about waiting at plan. In fact, the journalists last week say plan A not going to work. People like say we get a comprehensive plan on this issue. Then she say in fact the epidemic, if you want to call it that, and increased. We lost a lot of the young people. So you don't outline the comprehensive approach we want to take, the life stages approach. But from the Ministry of Health, can you speak to us a little bit about a perspective on the apparent drug crisis at the country and the steps that we will take systematically currently to address this crisis?
Thank you very much. I think that's a very important question, and I'm glad the way we call it, Dr. Gallo joined me on this panel. The push crisis, because now real crisis here, that's what we do on a daily basis, we see on the TV, we cannot ignore it. It's front and center, they're front and center in our life. One of the things that we know from looking at how other countries around the world and how we set for deal with this. Now, a societal problem, society, all aspects of society need to be able to respond to this. Because you get biomedical side, and we'll talk about the biomedical side very effectively. But then you need the security side of it, you need the supply side of it, you need the societal side of it, you need family side of it, you need communication side of it, all of them components, and it's not to one person, no more responsibility. Important that we all come together and tackle this problem from a different angle. We expertise and the Ministry of Health and the biomedical side. You know, we will tell now waiting at the active ingredient, I think say Dr. Jaro when we will share with you, but waiting at the current knowledge base of the active ingredient and how then they make them product here. So, you know, let me outline that for you. Waiting will also be looked for, see, waiting at the medical implications for this, waiting at addiction, how they make people and they get this situation or condition, and waiting we give for do from a medical standpoint. Because I say, we cannot treat our way, sorry about that. We do not go able to treat the way out of this. It really requires all of society, and we go articulate on the own side, waiting at the medical side of it. Perhaps the first one need for Luna, waiting at this push. Because if we not get a clear understanding of waiting at push, it will be very difficult for us to see waiting at the actions we need to take. So with your permission, sir, I'm not say we go back and forth, but I'll let Dr. Jalo help us to understand waiting at push. And then we will begin to talk about what we need for the world outcome. Thank you.
Perfect, and a perfect segue, because this question came up again a lot last week, waiting at push. There's a lot of, in fact, in the questions they will not get, a lot of rumors and misunderstanding and claims and things like this. People then say how now we in our government, now we import kush camp, how now we sell the kush, how so, maybe don't start stay like how our minister said, waiting at kush and how it affects you plans the way you did it right now.
Yeah, thank you so much, Honorable Minister of Information and Civic Education. I want to take questions of me was giving me thank you for the opportunity. Deputy Minister of Information, for the states, one of our big partner there towards when we able to tackle these crisis, because now we're able for pass on the mission to the general population, very people will understand. So thank you for all of that. And also every other person over there. This is an opportunity for we, the mental health professionals there, to make with really showcase within what they do and within the Ministry of Health they do in terms of not only for mental health but for substance abuse and health in general. And this push business now a very sad reality for we as a nation. For make we see the rising generation of the nation, they suffer this kind of way. But I want to make we almost say drug business not to solve an international concern for everybody. So this push way people will take, especially the young one there. We're not able exactly to know within this push, because the push where we know now the synthetic form of jamba, where they add chemical for make it become more potent. And push now is some type of jamba. But when you engage the one that really take this push, they will tell you different stories. Some will tell you say that they get 3 types of push per se. They get the tramadol push, where they use any kind leaf, any kind of flower so far, mix out with some chemical and tramadol. That one they're very active, very agile now the community, very aggressive and the rest. Whereas we get the one we call the Jagaban push. Now any plant, any flower so far, now they use the mixer with formalin, acetone, we're very toxic. We don't even to that because formalin nothing really used for embalm dead body. Then you go ticker. So mostly not poison inside the system. So the issue of push now concern for everybody, not only for the health side, even for the community, families.
Sorry, so that 8 times.
Yeah, I don't talk about the first one, it's synthetic form. Yeah. So the issue of the push now concern for everybody. The family, the community, and again, we're not for blame the one that really take the push or for criminalize them, because they say, I would say, not much their fault or become an addict. Because the chemicals they where they put now this push, instead they go affect some parts of the brain. And addiction a circle where they reoccur because of the craving effect. And the addiction can damage some part of the brain. And we know able, if we able reverse that damage in our brain. So the most important thing for make we stop, make not even attempt for taken. Not only push, but substance, but any psychoactive substance. You abuse a substance or anything where you take where you money for taken, or you take something in excess. Madam will call misuse or abuse. If you abuse it and paracetamol, if you abuse caffeine, if you abuse alcohol, if you abuse so many things there. Then the substance misuse and mental health now like twins because the drug misuse can lead to mental disorders, and mental disorder also can make person take psychoactive substance. But both ways now a big problem. It creates a very devastating effect on the individual because the drug, they go take the function of the brain all over. Imagine say now you get a mental illness, then you will take jamba or kush or ecstasy, very common now. Ecstasy with people take feel lively among the company. So if that push the blood damage the brain, they get a mental health problem. Now that we call comorbidity. Okay, the two occur at the same time. Then the brain gets functions the way they make, like how they talk, so not normal one. Then you go take the kush. The kush will make you lack. You only go for concentrate well. You lost memory. After you go vex, you become aggressive, violent. Then you go make that you begin sometimes see things the way maybe you know they see, or talk things the way and they don't make sense, or the voices way maybe not really. Then again, it can even lead to suicide. Yeah, if you take drugs, it can lead back to suicide. Then it can, the extreme side of it, make you lose your life through the damage where the push will cause in our system. The cases that where we don't see the representation, they're very unique because one this kush cause organ damage, your kidney, the damage, your heart, your liver. Now we see them with swell foot and some wounds there in the foot. You see that some parts of the swell. Some as well also the teeth. In fact, now the Jagaban push the cause as you see so the person you don't see this is sick because of the chemicals that way they use. You see that the deep order change, the multi-side get some kind of color way normal person normally gets. So the issue of corrosion is a very big crisis. Then we get data for me to know the extent of this push. I can just go through briefly the data. This now data we collect every 6 months because Sierra Leone and I are part of a network where we send data, and this data do help in so many ways for me to be able for create intervention there. So from 2020 to 2022, we don't see 2,800 cases of drug misuse. We over 60% of the cases that they present in the hospital. Then there is a huge rise in substance from 2020 to 2022, from 2% in 2020 to 40% in 2022. We're gonna like 2,000% of increase. Then,
sorry, just to clarify that, because I know numbers oftentimes people get confused. So 2,000% increase in the number of drug misuse, abuse cases at your facility.
Yes, at my facility. Not to nationwide.
Not to nationwide. So
na the hospital. Na the hospital.
So now it's like
yes, not hospital. Exactly. Then 30% of the cases there are due to tramadol. Kush na 63%, and more males, about 92% of them. Then 72% between the age of 20 to 34 years. So imagine the youthful age. And now the president don't carry with his big five, we involve youth employment, fifth salon, and human capital. And this one all now for we the youth there. So if you don't go take drug, how they go for employment? You can't be productive. Then nearly 10% now between the ages of 10 to 19 years. Then 1/3 of them they're not get work, they're unemployed. Then 12% employed. For sure, see the issue of drug, not to just the one that we're going to work now all walks of life. The sick cases when are skilled people there, when are professionals there, when they abuse that in there. So it affects everybody at all age, just like within the minister we talked about. And then 60% of them are secondary school. It's very serious. Students. Then 11% the university. That's now for 2020 to 2022. So we also begin for analyze for the first half of 2023. And for the data we are don't see, it means the drug business don't go now the university. Then 73% now from the urban area and outside. So now for what we know, this are just from the hospital. So imagine how many people really outside and really abuse this substance. So we need for come as one to make we able for tackle this issue, not to just government business. It's not everybody, and be it a health worker, be you a faith-based organization, be you a journalist, be you family member. We need for support and make stigmatize the one that will take this drug. Not their fault. We need for support them. Because again, if you drive person in our community because they take drugs, that person will go into hiding and more harm to the person. So waiting we for do as a community and for encourage them for when they come out and take them for help or support. Thank you.
Some very sobering statistics here. Thank you very much, Doctor. I think just to reiterate that this number they will now of the people that really go na the mental health hospital na KC. So imagine if you look at the data now across the country and people that we know they go access hospital there at all. So we're talking about a pretty serious problem. We think particularly, and I come to you back, Doc, next Minister, that the increase in the past 2 years is really, really alarming, from 2% to 40%. And we say also again that as a crisis, it's predominantly male, it's predominantly young, it's predominantly urban. And it affects the most productive years of the young people of this country. I'll make you reflect on that stuff and see what else you have to add about what this means and how you as the minister they incorporate and prioritize this, because I know that you know we care deeply about these things.
Thank you very much, Siva. I think this is a very sobering information. That makes it really important that we know what to deal with. Again, I want to echo the minister's statement and Dr. Jawa's statement. This numbers where you see the premier teaching psychiatric hospital in the country. So they look at the raw numbers to work with. But the proportions don't mean much because the proportions can be different on the side. But it tell you say a signal is something seriously going on. So the key question is, what will we do about that? Now that we don't know the problem, what will we do about that? Even before this came to light, we look at mental health generally. So the president don't appoint a special advisor on mental health. The president don't appoint the vice president for chair this mental health interministerial interagency. I mean, as you everything the doctor says it's not. You're not expecting nurse them to go interdate and run after the master. You know the medical side we get role for play. But clearly you get role for play by major other ministry then. And we'll not be left on anybody in hand. We'll be left on not to me, not to me, not to me, not to me, not the government side. So the president appointed vice president will bring a complete interministerial team to look at mental health in general. But then also look at this drug issue specifically. So the kinds of activities that we deal with right now, from the medical side of Dr. Jalo, as you mentioned, he gets a treatment center, he gets a rehabilitation center in Kisi. We want to see how we will expand that. We see, say, beaucoup NGOs and the we want to provide psychosocial support and preventive measures. We, the ministry, they try to identify them, for giving technical advice, for giving technical support. In Musa, they need medical help. We want assigned nurses and psychiatric nurses for support them. Because, again, I see the old people and they shave their head and tie them, we really can't do that. So we get people within the mental health community, we're able to support them and NGO there. So, and similarly, we train more staff, then not only for Freetown, but for the whole country. So that we're able to deploy then psychiatric nurses there, so throughout the country, and we're able for support at the local level. But the key message there, so far we are, it get to take the society as a whole to manage this. You get to get social welfare for the active participants, for the social worker and for support. You need drug enforcement agencies. You need the security sector for preventing chemical hazard from coming in. It requires families, it requires schools, it requires teachers, it requires parents. All work together. Because the one message I get for all man, this is not something where you know for try. This is not something where you know for taste. Because when you taste them, it will go deal with your brain, it will mix up your brain such that now you don't even forget control. You will get craving. How any normal person will go take formalin, when they put in for the body for preservative, for smoke candy and use as ingredient. How anybody will use acetone, one of the most toxic chemical agents, within the use for remove that nail polish from the hand. How you will use that nail for ingester? Imagine what they do to you. The swell leg they went in the system, and you don't want to the leg you get follow. you just say your kidney don't damage. You know, for manage your plumbing, you for manage the water and the fluid movement, and you get it and then you for cut off again. It will cause lasting damage. And again, this is not something not for experiment, not for trial. But we will only succeed if we all come together. Then we work with this interministerial and get a real clear task force acting. We will not start so well, we will move this forward. Again, you need for diagnose the problem and now we'll get a collective solution. Again, not so medical solution are the only solution here. It requires everybody will come together and prevent them in the first place. And if we never for prevent them, people will not fall victim. Let me give them compassionate care. Let me pull them come close to me. Because, 13 years, 14 years, 15 years, 20 years, 21 years, you get another 40, 50 years ahead of you. We know we sit down, that life live well now. So we get an obligation for treat with compassionate care, for turn them around. When you need medication, we'll give you that medication. When you need clinical care, we'll give you that clinical care. But it requires a lot more than a medical solution. I mean, I'm glad you will get this meeting because at the end of the day, Siba, I want everybody to ask themselves a fundamental question. What's it mean we do about that? Not always in doctor and they do, not always in Dr. Jalo they do. They do in own part. But what's in you they do? When you see the kid try to do something wrong, you see your brother do something wrong. Again, it's not to just unemployed youth. When you see people and with coats and necktie, yeah? The thing of one name Kush product also, it make you want to sleep. Yeah? It makes you want to sleep, and you don't want to sleep. So now that fact day between the sleep when don't come and then you affect the sleep, now you cause problem. You imagine you sit down on a motorcycle, yeah? You want to sleep. You take medicine for let you sleep, but you don't want to sleep again. What's in that they cause by you? The other one where they give you extra energy now, you're able to control the energy. I see them put on somebody they bust the pole. Yeah? Now no more thing now now the problem they cause down there, again look funny with the laugh, but not so thing for laugh. Because now somebody brother down there, and somebody sister down there. Again, we folk work together as a nation for trying to manage this.
All right, thank you very much, Honorable Minister. Now, on the question of what you go do, what you they do as a citizen, we don't make a clear that this platform not just we from the government side, but also for the ordinary, amazing citizens of Salone they do. And for them, you say a chance for listening to citizens and made them share. We get on the panel today, Matilda Sonsiama, who are also an activist on this issue, particularly the work with rural women. We then issue a typical this a male issue and all. Even if you get 96% of men, there are 4% of women sometimes that they can be lost. So this question of internal diversity and making sure we reach them one day. So I'll give an opportunity now to Matilda to just share briefly with family and house how you don't see this crisis and what you and your company and our organization they do for response one.
Congratulations to you, Mr. Chenoba, and to Dr. Ndembi and Yusuf Kepetomas and the Minister. I want to say congratulations to now on our appointment. And I want to tell you, Mr. Ba, that I really appreciate them because before now we see the weekly press conference like English way, me family na carry my economic state. No way understand what you really talk. But now that you do an interview, I want to say thank you. Me now Matilda, and basically I work with women, even though I work with everybody, but to some extent I watch myself say me a feminist. I know they play for soccer any side. And because I work with women at first, Kush, yes, we all know say Kush now. A crisis will move from bad to worse, we don't need for either day. they move from bad to worse in our society. And it become alarming or distressful to me, where I begin see, I don't see woman they smoke, I will make her decide for do engagement into them. Now where I begin engage people, I don't say women they smoke. The first thing we make I decide for engaging to push business, and because the first people the way we see, first them for see push, now woman they sell them. And it been so disheartening that woman we get 3 boy picking, they get neighbors we full of boys for sell push. And I ask them, say, ma, waiting at the reason where you think say you they sell push, you don't think say you they destroy the community, and worst case now the community where we they live, not other community, the community where we they live, where now the Bay community, Thompson Bay, of Wilkins Road, it is happening. We didn't near water, where now one is why say we not get more educated people then because we just say we use them to go and say, then you can begin sell push now for worsening the situation. Women tell me say they sell push because push they get fast money. And they get for take care of the picking them. I was like, so you picking them where you sell push for take care of. You know they say and say at the end of the day, if you they sell them one day for taste them, where it will become an addict. And if one taste them, you see you don't do nothing, and you don't have to do nothing because you they sell them. You don't think say that they really you family way things and make you they make, and you are part of the community. You they sell push. This push they destroy the community. You think say the money where you they make, it go better you. You must say, now sell it they sell. And not big person for go buy them. We go I will laugh now, but it's very disheartening that nowadays majority of push sellers now women. Majority I can talk on any side say majority of the push sellers now women. Last week a video be out, I don't know if that the where was them who are this street where we see the old woman and all where they sell push, even the army police and all. Because to some extent the woman the people they watch and say they get police backing or they get security backing. These people where they sell push to some extent they get their ways around where they pass. Where the security personnel where we think say for help we for eradicate the push things say they are the worst set of people. Because now then they give these people backing. Every day we see that they arrest push sellers and push takers. And after 2 days, go there back. They need the person they sell. So it be very disheartening that we women them now we see young ladies they say push. And anything woman puts on back. Just like where we can always say what a man can do, woman can do better. When we put on and push, we the worst pass demanded. Because me, that man to some extent, therefore, we women we put on and push, you are absolutely a prostitute now. In fact, prostitutes they know they pay. Because the moment you take push, you effect for sleep. Just like our dog say, you and the sleep that effect on yourself. While you not reflect on yourself, you get people where they take advantage of you because of that. And during me visit to so many ghettos in and out of Freetown, one thing I make for understand, okay, Mr. Jaro say, we get 3 types of push. That synthetic push, you know that's common again. The tramadol push, where they call now gentle push, and you always instead say they call Jagaban push. It's tramadol push, a mild, perhaps they make them call a gentle push. The Jalaban push were very, very deep, very, 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 okay, in the kill right now past the gentle push. Because there's not 2 available, readily available. Me get a backyard garden. Just ask me, away around 4 in the morning, because I began, before 4, I began for travel for Bobo, and I go and travel with adults. I wake in the morning, I meet different sets of people, they pick cassava leaf. Na me garden. This is best than they pick cassava leaf because they don't go make push. The other boy tell me play. No, I ask and say because what come on, I'm afraid. as a woman for communal that day, not to me a man communal, afraid because I see different person inside the pump. Put that down there. Hey, auntie, no feel bad. I can smell it. What did they pick as well if this for? Not to anything bad as until I want to make. As well, if you not tell me say they go cook, they say go make something. That's now push, obviously. And we realize say we women them, not only with them they sell push, because then they take push now. Women make the highest number or the highest percentage of Sierra Leone population. And if we young ladies them between the age of 15 to 34, where we regard ourselves as youth, they destroy with future. Say we they take push because of depression, trauma, unemployment and the likes. It will be very, they are made to understand what Dr. Giles say, 1/3 of you push takers are unemployed. Yes? Because then they watch and say, I don't go different ghettos in and out of Lincoln. But more especially we focus these streets now, Western urban, Western rural, both, and we own these streets corners. It was surprising for me to say we get degree holders. I get a colleague, when me and go Jala University, he was a senior. Now if I see on the street, I shed tears because of push. At one point in time, I asked him, say, why you decide to take push? He said, Tilda, I don't graduate over 4 years now. I don't get a job. I got a family to feed. And somebody introduced and to push say, because you know they sleep. Just like waiting dogs say, not even taste them, because when you taste them, it become addict. Somebody introduced and to push say, because you know they sleep, take push, you go sleep. You take push, now he's an addict. Yes, because now sleep you will be one, now it is sleep. So you know even the degree they not even value to them because it is sleep. And we young women are really into push. We don't need for items say woman know they take push. The woman they take push, the rate is alarming. They not only they take push now, majority of push sellers are they repeat now woman them. And 80% of who that they sell push, obviously to some extent, everybody around them gets for take push. We really destroy the society.
All right. Thank you very much, Matilda. I think you don't add some different elements to this. You don't bring a very human element to it. You don't add with him and up when they whisper to each other just now. The economic angle to this. That we acknowledge, obviously, that past 5 years, globally, even as a lot of people that they face economic challenges. Jobs for young people have to come by. The colleague will just refer to people that they seek different options and for get solace. But the important message is, if you go that route, like our doc says, an irreversible route in most sense, on most occasions, that you know we will come back. If you choose that, if you taste, not so the guys really say like taste last start, and then you know we be like don't better I will stop. It's really important for the family and us know this point where doc says is now Dr. Debbie is waiting you for do. And if you're not a young person, the first thing and most important thing is don't do it. If you're not a person where you get a person that you like really one, now for family for support the person and help the person to make the transition, not to for criminalize them. Now for the first round of questions, I'm going to try to read through the questions we have on the platform and then I'll open up to people there. What I will do, I will blend the question name and then I'll pass that quickly, then we will open up for answer. The first question about whether the crisis is not just a male issue, I think we already addressed this and how it affects male them differently from females. If there's any distinct effects on males versus female. I'll give you a chance to respond. Any specific training protocols in the we implement for healthcare workers across the country for how to deal with people living and drug users. Reports of deaths resulting from minor procedures in Sierra Leone, both in government and private hospitals. What steps the ministry will take? And then for you, Doc. How the ministry work for foster trust and confidence in our healthcare system, especially considering these adverse events that you mentioned in the previous question. I think again, at the earlier on, but maybe you can shed additional light. How civil society ensured interventions and programs and gender sensitive. I would like to follow you, Matilda, talk about specifically which kind of intervention that you think will work particularly for women versus men. And Doc, this one important question. Whether any specific mental health interventions or therapies in the way particularly are proven to be effective for treat drug-related disorders, concepts, or as the person asks, are we doomed? Is this really beyond our control? And then, Doc, there's a question about massive ships. We don't arrive in a salon. The question is how many Sardinians will benefit? Somebody asked about whether we will use WhatsApp for ask questions. Oh, another question where I give you an answer to Doc now. Whether push the come off from salon or outside salon. I think this question it persisted because again the misunderstanding out there that somebody imports and can in the country. So just clarify that in straight up about whether kush na imported drug or na drug we make na. I know some are using English synthetic all that. Only talk that they directly and break and clarify to people whether and then somebody asked whether this crisis don't reach a point for declare a public health emergency. If this crisis don't reach a point, or we think will be the threshold. Okay, I will tap it. Tell family, let's think you don't know ask a question. If you do not even ask a question, you can vote on the question as well if you want to ask that question. And I will just give you a chance to respond. I'll start with Doc on the left, and then I can the Minister, Matilda, if I can tell about 2 minutes.
Yeah, the first question, if women are affected with us. Yeah, one thing about drug or mental health, it affects any gender, either you be man or woman. But certain drugs that they will more common in men and others in women. For example, alcohol. Alcohol is more common with female than male. Yes, alcohol is from evidence, from body of evidence. Yeah. Then the other one they talk about interventions. Yeah. With the Ministry of Health, they work in collaboration with the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency. So from that collaboration, IMEC will be able for establish a drug treatment and rehabilitation center in Now, because of that collaboration, we don't train addiction specialists there, about 27 nationwide. Now, because of that collaboration, we don't train core drug educators there for raise awareness about these drugs. So the intervention currently will be the two Nakisi. Now, people say, Doc, I want to be looking for me to flush the drug. We know the flush. What they do is we get what we call detox. That's not for when patients present with them with withdrawals or with mental health issues, then we be able for detox the patients. Then after that, we offer counseling at the hospital. Ideally, a drug addict, a left run, there is no amount of medication we will make that person stop for take drug. Now the person in willpower, now for able to say me, I don't make up my mind say I will stop the drug. It's difficult, so we basically have not for support the person for guide through the process of the addiction. Addiction is a very bad thing. Don't the all talk about protocols. Yes, everywhere you go, there are SOPs, standard operating procedures. procedures or protocols or guidelines? Will they follow, let's say, when will they treat or care for the people there? Especially with some they make it present with physical health conditions because when they take drugs, you go like they get HIV, hepatitis, you get syphilis, and a lot of things because the drug they cloud your sense of reasoning. That's it.
So a couple of sides we want to react to. First, reported deaths in the public and private sector. We monitor it very, very closely. We get births and deaths as part of the civic registration, and we get in fact, we just received about 10 complete mortuary units for the trial to distribute throughout the country. So we'll make sure, say, normal deaths are reported, abnormal deaths, we get pathologists that will investigate and find out what kind of cause of death. In terms of trusting the system, I really want to say we did try. We did try. We not reach this, but we did try. But I'll tell you something. If me get major medical emergency as to why I need surgeon or I need top doctor, guess who's that? Connaught. Connaught, we tried for upgrade Connaught, and a few weeks ago we opened the emergency side there, although attack come public or we will fix that, we bring them come back to sleep. Call the top surgeon there. Now come up and you'll be surprised. The other day they do the first minimally invasive thoracic surgery. National Connaught. The other thing is moving and laparoscopic surgery, you open the whole prostate, you open the whole the chest surgery, you open the whole chest, open somebody in lungs. Now, small cuts and then go on the side, you put camera, you put instrument in it, and correct them and come back. Small suture, you the heal fast, you know they take how much they serve in hospital. So that then kind of improvement in the brain can, but people do not know it. So we need to expose alone and see what they go on. Right now, if somebody make one mistake, it will go all over social media and all money. But the good hope the way they go on now, so we try with the doctor, then we try, not able for acknowledgement. So I really did ask that we continue to put pressure on the healthcare system, but also acknowledge when you make progress. So I'll work on that. Right now, as we speak, so the West African College of Surgeons, the top president and vice president, they are today. Where we host the next, the 64th general meeting of all the surgeons in West Africa, including most of Africa and Europe. They only come the second week of March of next year. So we're in the process of planning for that. And they come side with law scores. The guy side where you say a tremendous potential now. So, and as how they speak, I'm not about now. 3 o'clock. 4 o'clock, they invite now to go by Wataki. You will see the largest hospital ship in the world. They can dock now, so mercy ship. They dock now this evening 10. And then get on board about 300 different surgeons then. Then we don't do research all over the country. We don't get about 5,000 potential candidates that we register. We get all kinds of ailments then. Out of the 5,000, then on select 2,340, we will benefit from major surgery there now. So the boat will dock now at Akile for 10 months. And not only that, they not only can do the surgery, the medical school, all of the top surgeons within in residency, they all can join them for able to do the surgery, not only for do the surgery, but also learn new skills. And the West African College of Surgeons, they are now for certified in training. And so at the end of that training, we all will be certified as well. This ship back where they come and they help you to establish a school of dentistry. So you get a few dentists that will already go out for training. They already come back. Inside this 10 months, we'll bring them together. We establish the new dental school. So incredible opportunity, the largest ship in the world, hospital ship, 90 class, so we're really pleased with that. On the issue of import-export, I mean, clearly, you see some of the products. The other day we see somebody bring 500 milligrams of Tramadol, which they way above what we expect in this country. So then confiscate them and seize them and block them, I think, and destroy them. So we normally then can corrupt when they come in. So the security sector, we really get to work very, very closely for identify them, corrupt them, so and able for interdict them before they enter in the country. Like formalin, acetone, either dual-use products or multi-use products, they want them they come for specific purpose, so we need to control them a little bit. So only somebody will need for use formalin, forget formalin and have. Anybody else will see with formalin, you know, the law for kitchen. You know, anybody will use acetone, we want to for nail polish, you know, you get a problem we need for people for intercept. So again, it requires community awareness. It's important for them, the people like the docs and enforcers know their issues, so we'll provide content for them and we'll provide support for them. But together we can do this. One last thing, on the emergency situation, you get a threshold and we can closely watch the situation. We work with everybody else. But clearly, this is not a new thing. A new thing to we. With drug crisis, not a new thing in the world. Yeah? But Anosis Salon, as resilient as we are, we will for conquer this. And this is not a lost cause, not to say someone says we're doomed or not. We're not doomed. Yeah? There's a lot that we could do about it on the prevention side. There's a lot that we could do on the management of it. There's a lot that we could do on the care.
Another question when somebody say the interventions on gender, people are gender sensitive. One case, to some extent now, we don't become gender sensitive because it is affecting both gender. It affects women, like it affects women. And we decided not to be gender sensitive because you watch and say, if you say you focus on man, the more you focus on man and left the woman, the moment you realize the woman herself don't take her, perhaps waiting they don't take, the one they don't take, and the number of pass the man the way we focus on. So at this point in time, we are with a effect for both woman and man, even though me, as a feminist, and I pay more attention to women because I watch and say, women they don't lag behind. Our women are not educated. We effect for equity. We not effect for equality. Now, since we effect for equity, we think say the best we can do. Now that the few people where we get there, with the time we level best for say they are not part of this push breakers and all.
All right, thank you. Now I'm going to hand the microphone over to you. Please name quickly and your institution, and you ask the question. Try to keep them brief, so we'll take as many as possible. I'll go around first with a very distinguished brother, Mr. Omar Fofana. See your hand there. Go on. You can use one of the microphone then ready before you can.
Thank you very much, Mr. Minister. I come 1 minute after 2 are late. Bravo, very good. And I'm happy that we also have this in Creole. So my questions. Mr. Minister, I'm not still answering this question about whether or not it's an emergency. But based on your observation, based on which we don't know answer today, would you advise the President to do what Donald Trump do with opioid by declaring this an emergency so that resources we needed to fight this, which clearly, if we made here, is a very, very serious issue. I mean, the reason being, if the figures we get not only for the Kisi Psychiatric Hospital, it tells you the larger scale out there that we do not know about. So that if you declare a health emergency, an emergency, you will get the much needed resources and the attention for deal with it. Because, make no joke, this is very serious. There is hardly any area in Sierra Leone where not get a Kush crisis. I do a detailed investigation in the last 2 months, and I went to some areas in the country very remote, and Kush is widespread, and it's cheap. Because it is cheaper than even marijuana, there's a mad rush towards it. So maybe declaration of an emergency go help stem up. And the question also related to this in the sense that, and Dr. Jallow helped me with this for no way right now, within the current situation. I went to the Kisi Psychiatric Home a few weeks ago, and I saw a very lovely place, very nice. And then I see one side when I rehab. The structure completed, no beds inside, and there are a lot of patients going in there. We need rehab, but that rehab structure not get even mattresses and the things that we need for taking the huge number of patients when they come to the facility. I want to look at the current state of that building, if it's not been furnished. So go for hold the one that we get mostly Kush-related mental health issues. And back to number one, whether you advise the president for declare this an emergency. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
This question goes to the Minister, Dr. Austin Debby. If we agree for majority of the young people then come back in our society for contribute to national development, and majority of them when they for come back, the team will for push them out in a stigma. As a result of this, what in the ministry they do for 6 years they change the 1902 Lunacy Act? We don't pass over 100 years.
Thank you. We got a question there as well last week, so I'm happy that it's back. Yes.
Mina Suleiman Jallow, I write for the Ex-Votant newspaper. I asked this question to Dr. Jallow, where he continuously talk about, say, the one who will take Kush, we not blame them. And you see, 1/3 of the affected youth are unemployed, So what I would blame now this doctor now? Because you see, we not blame them, being the fact that they know say the Kush is very dangerous at in life, and at the same time they take unwillingly. And we caution to the Minister of Health.
You see one question per person.
All right, thank you.
Okay, Mina Samantha. Okay, the question they go like this. And the question they go like this for treatment options. Now, this is a public health concern for we all in Sierra Leone. So, Mr. Minister, the question we have for us, looking at the treatment options, like free medical, because most of these cases, we say like they get their foot, they swell, and also for the woman there. We almost say then women they are also involved in this abuse here. So the society, a lot of people they take advantage of the way they expose them to sexually transmitted infections and teenage pregnancy. So waiting at the treatment options, the way available, free treatment options. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now let somebody else believe the end. Yes.
So with a student operation, push away, where there's a big C, but whatever
there's that last mic for our question. Yes. Thank you.
Mr. Minister, we did see them a bit, but what do we push now? Police and the way they do it, even so yesterday, we see where they do it. And you mentioned earlier, say, doctor mentioned earlier, just to say, they're not the one by themselves, and they're not for blame them. So, when they're a bit them and they arrest them, carry them, go lock them up, do you feel say that a better way from keep them away from? Then they take that dog, say, or them for go, I'm over them so now, but then we go lock them up.
Thank you very much. I think I'll stop here for now and give the panel a chance to respond. We don't get some really excellent questions. Should we declare it's a public emergency as a means for mobilizing resources. What we mentioned with in the US opioid crisis. Questions on the Lunacy Act for you, and then treatment options, particularly whether we explore free medical, including for women then, and whether the option is the lockup is the best option or not. So, Mr. Mills, are you first, and then I'll come over to you.
Well, thank you. Again, a very, very good question. For declare a public health emergency, you need to meet certain thresholds. And I think that we will work very, very closely on that. And we will engage the presidency and the vice presidency around it. Again, one of the things that we say are the famous for, we're not making electoral decisions. Usually it requires a consultation, bring all of the parties together and set some thresholds so that if you see it will trigger the declaration of an emergency. And when you declare an emergency, you get immediate implications for it. And I know it's not something where the president will consider, but let me get everybody together and get the arguments in place for we can do this. The critical piece of that is some of the data. Again, the data will get from one facility. It is for 10, or it is signal says there's a whole lot more going on. But we don't really know what is going on in the rest of the country. So I think they need a panel of experts to come together and advise the government around that. So for example, we, Director General Tedros, they declare an emergency, it is bring a panel together. So all their minds become advice, and we will do the same thing also. In terms of the Lunacy Act, one of the most ridiculous acts in this country from 1902. I just want to assure you, see, in this next iteration, the second iteration, one of the top priorities that we for repeal the Lunacy Act and replace it with much more current and meaningful act of Parliament, where before we only do a lot of consultations. In fact, we get a draft bill. Now we will aggressively pursue when things settle down a bit. On the issue of treatment options, it's very important that we understand the root cause of what we deal with. It's easy for you to mend the swollen limbs. It's easy for you to patch the sore foods. It's easy for you to treat a sexually transmitted disease. But if you do all of them and you're not able to handle the fundamental issue of the drug use, it will be extremely difficult. So I think we will look at all the solutions and the options to see how we will first get the person in a safe space and work with the person in that safe space and create the entire opportunity for them. Again, it will become really dangerous because not only the push we deal with now, I see some people that they use needles to actually inject the push inside it. If you use that now, you don't really expose yourself to HIV. If you mistake, you give push business, HIV can go and you cause an even bigger problem. So now some people will deliberately look at and not to one person decision. We all need to come together and see which kind of option we will give. The stigma issue is so paramount now, all this. Nobody will come for treatment even they arrest them. Nobody will come for care if people in the stoner. Yeah? We get to figure out a way not to then fault we then get addicted. Yeah? But they don't get addicted now. Now the responsibility for work with them and see how to find that middle road there, how to get them out of that situation with compassion and care. And at the same time, it looks like a double punishment. Somebody we're vulnerable, if we get take push, we hold on, we lock off. What's what you lock off for? We don't lock off now. The person will sell the push in the China, they make the push, they sell them out. So we get to combine an aggressive pursuit of the one that we do the supply side, as we manage the one that we are victims of this with compassion. Again, I don't say unemployment is a major driving force for this, but the one question will be asked, which unemployed person which person will take push today we don't benefit from? We're not making life better. So we get to ask them fundamental questions and work with the people that will bring in campaign or manage the situation and give them compassion and care. And at the same time, so we go after the one way to perpetuate this as well.
Okay. Dr. Finally, the treatment center question for you. The treatment center, who knows the second question? Yeah.
Oh, let me question that.
Oh, he's sitting on the way. Now, finally, the question.
No, again, we owe responsibility. Again, we get one of the worst reputations in the world for psychiatric care. We lock people up and chain them, like animals, and put them in a cage. Yeah? We don't move away from that. Years ago, they say, they say, wake up to 9, and they only, we don't go past that now. We don't modernize the care. We forget. The other day, I put in so we have to swallow with pride. We didn't get the pediatric side. We begin with they get anxiety, with them, they get all these kinds of things. They get placed for them when they're able to manage and work with them and involve them. You have to please God. Yeah? So we don't change, and we get trained more psychiatric, we get more psychiatric nurses, we get more critical care nurses. We provide more services. This is well painted, really quite nice. But we will look into them building them at trust business and ensure, say, if that's not a missing piece, do everything we can to for support and going forward.
I just want to announce again, say, my ambition of also end the press conference on time, and the time working is set at 3:30. So I want to ask Dr. Jallo for try to keep an really sharp to his questions.
Yeah, I think the Honorable Minister of Health will answer the first one, the blaming. The other one to talk about beating with the Minister of Health will answer, but we just want to talk about the human rights aspect. No matter which effort they take, no matter which it comments, in human rights, we get for perspective. And for patients, because I was not a patient enough, you abuse the human rights, and that's not crime. Thank you.
This Kush situation, an imported drug or not? Please answer this question.
As a member of the advisory board of the NDLA, currently, waiting how we observe is the law enforcement agency don't do the test. They chase the one they really sell this. So now they make the push locally, locally made. Although few they come in, but not to the push they come in. Because the push now, just like I said, they use any kind of. So now the chemical they use for mix, now they carry. But now the rates don't reduce. Yeah, thank you.
Alright, I think important for them to know, say, this whole idea, say, how to put it at the top, and then the import and come, and then they make money out of them. It's not true. Because people then they use cassava leaf to just hear a different substance there for make the push. I'll give Matilda a chance, 1 minute for response.
Yeah, I want for as a civil society activist, we basically human rights now a must for me. I'll say for victims and the victims or patients, it's totally against the right. If they beat the patient, they don't hold and arrest the person where they sell, or you arrest them, crime with police. After 2 days, they give you 1,000 millions, or less than that, you release them. Then you say you detect the push business. Why we community stakeholders, the way they try for enforcement, not for do that. The best thing you do, bring out the push sellers. Because you bring out the push sellers, the problem will minimize. Where then they beat them, now infringement upon their rights. Where Totally, they are against the human rights, and we know they support that as civil society activists. Because you know, somebody that they suffer one case, then you think, say, for all and beat time or the like, now this the solution to the problem. Bring out our push sellers and let the law enforcers, more especially the salon police. Me and the big salon police. These are our enforcers. They are when they can go push sellers then they don't watch the selfish part of it, the 1,000 millions or less than what they give you. You release them and destroy a whole youthful generation. Because the police me at the top of any side, I get 2 evidence in the area where they don't arrest push sellers when a woman. After 2 days, you go there, you they meet them. But a police can't live. And you one day where a witness where they even get, they catch somebody they smoke with the cell, you point to the cell woman again. And after 2 days, the cell woman will see her back in the society. So they are the big salon police. We know they say they own bad name, they always say, then they say bad, but they are they minimize that bad push business. They are with the big, because they attend to the civil society activities. We go out there, we try we level best for try for integrate people, just like how the sisters, we get people when they go, don't talk to them. You don't talk to them, they are willing to let go. One is stigma back, we are civil society that we do in level best. So talk to the community. For talk to the community people there, for allow the and more sensitive, sir. We do the best for talk to communities and for tell them that these we are just victims of circumstance. Allow them back in our society and see what's in them with you. Thank you very much.
Alright, thank you so much. I want to take this opportunity for telling our audience thank you for what I can. I want to say thank you to the distinguished panelists there. And I want to tell thank you to Family Level Jerry, our host. And we are always make use of the platform for ask questions. This week we get the highest number of questions on our platform. And I think we don't do a good job of answering as many of them as possible. You will believe you get a hacked burning question we will not answer. I invite you for use one of the ministry in page them for ask you questions, especially if you're a journalist who want to do stories. Hold on, please, not interrupt. Okay? Now we get a conversation that is civil. Yeah? We open the platform. You also get a chance to ask through the platform, through the online space. So I said, all right. Okay. Hey, Mr. Man, you see, one day person can be a bad fish and spoil everything for other people there. This is an example of when you get the right to ask the question. I don't explain to you how you get your question the answer. You can ask your question on our Facebook page. You can ask your question at Twitter. Most of them get me number. When a journalist today are from a press house, ask me that question. Dr. Dembi as well don't make himself available. Even last week, some journalists they reach out to me for specific questions. Then coordinated Dr. Dembi, and the journalists will get an exclusive interview and get in-depth responses. One thing we will try for doing for make sure we create a space for that we do mutual, respectful conversation. But I don't want to make a mistake for a second. Let you not doubt, not think, say, because we talk so nice and easy that you will come there and take advantage of we or misbelieve or pull the platform. Because we will simply just plan you again. So I don't want to get to that stage there. I'm going to tell you all thank you again, and I will see you again next week. We will send out a particular form for asking for feedback on today's conversation. I really encourage the journalists to follow up on for good feedback so we will make up even better. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you.
Master. Neutrally, why you think one thing by you? No, you keep it on, you keep it on.
Hopefully, don't need this. Hopefully, need this. I don't know, sir. That's how they use it.
Everything on the circle.
And they roll it for yes, sir. I don't have my left handed. The light.
Sorry. So which is specialized one?
Let me take seat, please. We beg you, make guys take seat, not enough. Not block the road, guys, please. Please let people take seat, not just enough. Take seat.
Who pick you? Are you money? Money, money.
Moses, that's come, no?
Come on, let's see good day.
Please, now take seat. Not just now. Please don't take seat. Not just now. Not block the road. Please.
You lost stuff. You lost time. You're not going to talk. How did it come? Second time today.
Like, inside and sit down, please. The guy inside. Make the guy inside, not just snap na the mouth. Guy inside, please. Una guy inside. Guy inside and face it. Una guy inside and take seat. Una guy inside. Una guy inside. Guy inside and face it. Not just snap. Guy inside and face it. Please. Una guy inside and face it. Una make me sit up. Una guy inside and face it, please. Una guy inside and face it, please. The program is about to start. Una guy inside and face it. Share the name inside. Una guy inside. Una guy inside. Please, una come on the road. Don't get access to the road. Una first side stop, please. Una not occupy the road, please. Una guy inside fence it, please. Una not occupy the road. Let the road clear, please. Guy inside and fence it, please. Please, you not stop on the road. You were inside, guy inside. You are there also, guy inside. Make me guy inside and fence it. Not snap my door, guy inside. When you guys say fence it, please, not now. Fence it. When you get inside fence it, not enough, fence it. Guy inside, sit on the inside, guy inside. Go that way, yeah. No, not enough now, guy inside. Guy inside, fence it. Una guy inside fence it, not enough now, please. When you guy inside fence it, let me get access to the road, please. The big electric and then I will be calm, so not let you block, please, you the when you guy inside fence it for slow. Una make me fence, not now, please. Not block the road. There we pay, where can I say fencing? Nothing is scared already, can come access to the road. Please, una can inside. Not now. Come inside.
Ladies and gentlemen, appeal to only young one. In case the people that are going to see people, the youngest side was young, the youngest side is young, the youngest side. If I don't go to the camera, it's not so long. I think we will be here. Thank you very much.
Yeah, for both years, what you go to say. Until you all know, we get the addition as you know. When you see elder person, you don't say you pass you, please. Here and sit, you keep it enough. That's not going to do nothing. We will make clear. Because the place is not too big. If you see big person, yeah, you can grab the gas, that's not going to do nothing. They are not very good. Make we fence it, please. Here we dey beg, please. Let me not occupy the road.
Man, I know the walk. Yeah, I know the walk. You know walk. I don't want that.
They are made to not block the road. They are made. When they enter, when they come, they meet clear road. At any time, the employer don't respect them for each year. You want to say you for take part on one witness waiting the gun and for cancer now. Please. Because when the employer don't enter, nobody will enter again. So we beg. You want to say you get something from the inside or you can't forget witness waiting the gun and for cancer now. Yeah, we beg. 156. No block the road and cancer and first seat.
This time we want the camera. We won't pass it. We're not in I'm coach
No, no block the road, please.
Not for news. You put it in there. Not for news.
Please, not snap the road, no block the road, please. Yeah. The entourage what we all expect, they are now. At any time, they will reach here. So now we all sit down and wait for them. They are when they enter, now we give them a big clap. They are become for the segment we sit down now. And we all wait for. They are when they come, let me all clap and give them clap. Big clap. They are the way.
We are trying to get the chairman,
Mr. Mara, the president of the SLPP grassroots. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Successful. Yeah, we all grab, let me see,
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين.
Thank you, sir. Now we have recognized we get chaplain, what they can do for the prayers. Our honorable chairman of Swahili Dwellers, former chairman of the Swahili Dwellers.
One people, one country, one state house. I want to take this opportunity on behalf of the SNPP and the Belgium sellers in Swazi. Me and the former chairman and the chairman is here. And I believe the reason why we are one of the reasons we pursue the message of His Excellency the President. Because any time they go, they talk of peace. 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 And any time peace no day, good angel not the body. And then one of the main message of our President, His Excellency Dr. Retired Brigadier Julius Malabio. And I believe say that because of the belief made within Naya, because he got a plan for the youths in this country. Now that makes and I believe say the people that we don't take up a responsibility. Now people that we can believe and not say they're capable, they get the ability, and they get the strength, they get the knowledge for pursue the dream of the president, which is no other president. I want to recognize the presence of the chief minister, the youth minister, and our able deputy minister Solomon Jamil. These are the people. There are a young leader we call them people, and we able to water. Robin, now able man, I believe say all man that the vision of the president, and now we all the vote. So we believe say we don't come now, and we can pray for that peace reign, and what we can do now. It will go further. It will go all over the country. Amen. And allow all to come together. Father, in the mighty name of the Son Jesus Christ, we come in the presence of this moment. We give praise, we give honor, as you have given us the strength and the power to come into this place. Father God, you still went to a free attire. You will always be in our midst. As we are here, oh God, let your peace reign. Lord, whatever we're going to say, oh God, let it come from you and dwell in the inside of us, oh God. We thank you for this moment. We bless you, oh God. We'll give you all praise and honor. All glory and honor belongs to you. In Jesus Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, sir. Before going further, I just want to introduce the chairperson for this one program. This man is agile man. They don't try so many good things for this great SNPP party. And the man is so don't left him work. We don't left all waiting to do. We stand for make SNPP thrive in this particular area where they call Belgium, Kinjimi, Petersburg. This particular man, they don't learn, as we say right now, they just graduate. This no less a person but Mr. Moses Bona. One people, one country, one people. I'm glad you were able to introduce you. That introduction will go a long way. And by God in power, we don't say what to do for now. This evening, we will achieve that by the grace of God. Nobody will stop her. Nobody will stop me for going to State House, and nobody will stop me for nothing will do. Anything has to do with the SLPP. We are moving forward. That's not the first one we are going to see. Honorable Chief Minister, Dr. Lee Senger, the Honorable Minister, Mr. Mohamed Oman Bangura, the dictator of radicals, the Honorable Press Secretary, the most outstanding Honorable Press Secretary, Mr. Solomon Jamiru, of whom I've been following since is my mentor, of course. And of course, we power beyond the O2E. We have standing power, Mr. Robin Fale. I tell you all, thank you for grace this occasion today. And before I go further, Mr. Chief Minister, you see the hall is too small. The time when we get the invitation for camp, and we will get to do something fast. Because we say the prolong, you are government man, but putting them go the way for do. So we say, we're not left for Thursday. Thursday other thing I travel. So it's good. So now we have to say, well, let me cross section of all the executives that then chairman, the executive, the cross section. I don't know what they are. Not only population this road. This Belgium population alone pass is far. These are just cross section of big from various support groups the way they see now. And then also for grace this occasion, just because we say if you come and we for grace you. And before I go further to the program, I will just want to give a brief statement of this particular CBD we organ Oforman from 2012 when we win the election, they hijack them from we, and then we not agree. Some of them will come and say, no, this is not happen. But you know, say you don't answer, you don't give. And it's like carry on the prayer. We vex, we say no, enough for one. But that he has to do that because of democracy. Let democracy prevail. Not now, when then now they go 30 days they can back themselves. And to be frank, I'm putting it to you, man. We now when are grassroots, when are this CBD, we didn't keep people then. We are more strong and we stand firmly for people whosoever they count any nonsense the power in manifesto. Or when they count anything for put on the end, this government for go before by God the power. Having said that, I want we go straight up to we program. Don't always time too much. And we program now, we see we highlighted over 7 support group of SLPP. All the 7 support group, the chairman, the Denaya, the cheerleader, the Denaya, then the AFAF executives, the Denaya. So we go make that give statement 2 minutes each. Please let no pass 2 minutes. We beg you. And part of all evidence be scheduled and can. So we only mic for talk 2 minutes straight to the dot. We dey start with Government WAF, Falcon, Sopit. We dey start with Mr. Usman Kamara. We are the chairman for Government WAF, Falcon, Sopit. Let us stand with please 2 minutes. Now let's clap for our more.
One people, Mr. Chief Minister, Mr. Youth Minister, members of the IT group, I greet you all with the most blessed greeting in Islam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We are the people from the slum areas, the Government WAF, the Kijimi, the Falcon. Believe me, we are all SNPP supporters. We did die for the SNPP, but we don't get no benefit from the SNPP. We get the richest constituency. We're full of these slum areas, but we never benefit from this constituency. With the Mr. Oban Bangura as the youth minister, then they give votes out to other slum areas, to other community them, but their community are not ever benefit from them property. Are we not from the slum areas? Yes. Why we are not benefit from this properties, Mr. Minister? We have suffered a lot. We don't suffer a lot. We live in this community, we don't suffer a lot. So we want, Mr. Chief Minister, we want somebody now we will talk for we. Now then slum areas here, for there una say to give somebody, when we say we una saw somebody, we will represent with the people of the slum areas.
So that time when we cry much. So there, please, Mr. Minister, we want that message reach to His Excellency to say, we the people in these slum areas will suffer a lot. Rain, sun, will suffer a lot. So we want help from the government. Attack now.
At least we don't talk and we spell out. And we know say we big one and they see and they heavy how we man to talk. Lord goes straight to King Jimmy, one of the biggest community in this area. We know so we get gender balance. King Jimmy will call on Mama Aja Arama. Charity, we have one charity, not to put them there.
Hello? Hi. One people, one country, one people. Let God help me. Today I'm the gladest day. Because when you want to talk to Papa, in beginning near you, I hope say when you get a message, you go reach to Papa. Let God help you. Papa, me na the challenge overall for SLPP in this area. But we broke out into parties. Because we do that, the chairman when Mr. Kowa, you know where we see us, I mean the overall challenge, you know, we get with chairman and challenges and we get various areas there. Mr. Chief Minister, we're glad for you. First and foremost, we congratulate you and your office. And Mr. Oman Owe, we congratulate you sir, and your office. Let God help you now. Mr. Solomon Jamiu, now we all Pikin, now we all Papa, now we all say congratulations. Let God bless you now. We as King Jimmy challenge the overall for this party. King Jimmy, if the Chief Minister can tonight at this bridge, he look right down at the wharf. Let's see the sorriness of this area. We're sorry because we not get possible to live for we at the government side. That's why we're sorry. And we get people who begin and then they're all educated. Some man don't college. Some man they're winners are widows. Some of you not went to school, that's why I went to the market. So if you are sorry, this will begin when Mr. Moses go now. We get an aya, but who college beginning? They all don't go to college. If we are able to have 2-3 for we and not say we are part of the government, what if in this area we will declare a lot? This number 10 hotel what we get so today. The chairman and the executive, we all got together because now no go zone area for SLPP at that time during SLPP APC. The chairman thought and fit say we forgot all out. Mr. Mozibola Ibrahim, door to door, window to window, tomato to tomato. We launched up here. Now then we do the launching for the president. The first lady, the Orkan, the chairman, the Orkan. But since then, we not get link. And in governance, if you not get link, you not get nobody when you talk to. That's why the chief minister and Mr. Omanowe, I'm glad you see the way you can. Because we will not start projects. We will not start projects. I remember, if you don't forget, I remember opening the go there. Concerning the projects for business with China, we begin them. All that the Labrian Canada so today tonight. Because when you guys are saying it's always see cheap and it's will tell them whose plaza is for who. And the plaza this year will give them. Then I go tell you, Papa, do ya with a big Papa. Una one star for them, una draw some people and for we. Look, this time Mr. Moses Bona. Anyway, the president Canada, I emphasize that fact during the campaign time. People are Canada, and I tell us, say Mr. Moses Bona, instead we don't try a lot in the state house. If you see we have to go there, now Mr. Moses Bona, I ain't a drawing. Instead we want a draw. Look what I did, I did so today, we get your man in a yard. I and this APC that may take proud of, we talk and ask it. Yeah, when the minister, the president in the Canada Saturday, they know we serving as SLPP, and we don't change for nobody. We don't change for nobody. We need empowerment. Let the empower begin them. Look at tickets in Canada. Now they give them people a 50 fanta. We still need that. Some people they are not relaxing, but when they can go edge, but now you not satisfied. We now go again our office. They empower the woman there. So woman and then are waiting that man they talk. God look at King Jimmy. We know they're not ordinary store. We are the Challenge City store. Now they go so. If you empower we in this place, they go down. I don't say we self we don't make a mark. But if you don't go down there, it don't good for me. We self we need for let them take over what they are. Let them empower them. They go to the shop there and ask it. Then they shop there and they don't know place there. Now the only so today that they betray me so that the office is there. We dey go around, we dey see. We will move over, we dey go to the offices there, we go to them back there. And they begin and they do. When we begin and over, they try to say that we are not going to shop there. Look at Taki, and they bluff me. Dear Mr. Minister, hey, I want to talk, I don't say don't grab for the mind. Don't go for so. So dear Mr. Omanore, dear we don't start project to allow continue. Dear Mr. Chief Minister, thank you very much for your education, for picking them. What is good for me? God bless you. For that get your award, the best minister in the world.
I establish this fact. What we talk, this is a general program. Let us specify about one country, one people. Lord will just talk, waiting, you prepare for can talk, yeah? Now they can say one country, not an SLPP program, this is a general, and for everybody, yeah? So the next speaker is the way it comes. Let it be general, yeah? One country, one people, know it first. When the time is, you go begin calling. So let's go straight to the program. The next speaker, I beg, when we say 2 minutes, maybe 2 minutes to beg. I beg with the beg. If I ever talk, and I don't message you for listening more. I complain get. The next speaker now from the sister organization. So I see Joel, the dynamic chairman, Mr. Madi Kalon. We are calling on you. Very wonderful.
This is to allow this opportunity to be for congratulate the ministers there. We are Dr. Senge. Who we glad for, then Oman Obi, then brother owners so Manjawiri. So I see the brothers no one see one country, one people going no give. Pass to one country, one people, that's it. We understand. We congrats to minister. But one like a Oman Obi, they put him a mission no more. We get him for say to her. And also we start a project. Understand? We are now believe say the chief minister will be a push now because of him being there that is chief minister at table. The past chief minister at table. Now we believe say education minister and the chief minister will push him. This opportunity to will put him and say they belong to get a promise for going in China, then they need for push for send anything to be who will do for do business. Then then two. I believe say the market. So I think we're close to me. We appeal to the chief minister for their assist me, no way to get stores there. The woman already said that they go to directly because of you know say they start the project. Not so I believe the chief minister did not anyway. So we will not forget the project will start. When I start for how long, let's still continue for me. Please. Yeah. Okay, thank you to me.
When you say 2 minutes to the dots, you see we didn't we go. They talk fine, and the next speaker they call Now the chairman of Peters Group Market, Mr. Ibrahim. 2 minutes to the notes. Chairman of Peters Group Market. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. One people. One country.
Mr. Chief Minister, members of the high table, Assalamu alaikum. Jama, let God help we. This is a big opportunity for we today for talk to Mr. Chief Minister and the Youth Minister, when Mr. Oman away. If I'm lying, I second time this for talk to her. The big opportunity. And we the youths there, Peters Group Market, King Jimmy, BPK, we dey suffer a lot. BPK una there? BPK una there? We dey suffer a lot. We need empowerment. But if we empower we don't suffer. The first 5 years, now so we did the SLPP, we the chairman there, challenge them for deliver to people there. But I believe to go by God in power and the blessing of the Chief Minister. Pastor Loti. We will able to make God deliver to we members there. And we need person. Now their office is there. When we say they go, we come wanted. They are open the mouth for we. We say, but we don't out to problems there. Now, their problems they are get. Not to less than nobody. Mr. Moses Bona. This Moses Bona. Under this PPK. Nothing at the backbone. We call him coordinator. He really coordinates for me. Let God bless her. Let God be a good office for we. One people. We need empowerment. Good opportunity today. Mr. Chief Minister, Youth Minister, let God bless you now. Because we are grateful.
We can begin. I apologize now. The rest of the speaker is not of people. No, use one country. Hello. The next vibrant speaker this evening, and the chairman of Belgium. Man, they don't be chairman, don't play. Now, standing chairman. Now, I'm the chairman back for the BPK. Belgium. BPK simply means Belgium, Kijimi, Peters Group. The former one for HEBO is 2012, Tego, and he's still a function. So the Belgian chairman, and he's still a serve as chairman for the BPK. It's not less a person, but Ronald K. John. Thank you, everyone. Welcome to you. Welcome to you. One of you. Nobody can stop me. Because speaking of Belgium, for His Excellency the President, Brigadier Julius Malema, Mr. Chief Minister, Mr. Youth Minister, our President is on the congregation, I bring you our greetings from Jehovah Rapha, Spirit of the Living God. I also bring you our greetings from the entire executive and membership of Belgium Association. The main talk today, I want to tell Mr. Chief Minister, because today I feel so good, I feel so delighted. First in this job, for the Chief Minister guy was in between. It's a very big opportunity. So Confucius Saba has never done that. It's my best friend. I must speak it. They like it today, SSPP, they speak in Belgium. I mean, Timap like a man, collect SSPP, Timap in Belgium. That's the way they talk about SSPP in Belgium. Me, I got two main key points I want to bring to the Chief Minister. You see this city store, they almost collapsed. And this area, where I did talk to the Chief Minister, let His Excellency the President, tell us that Mr. Kowasi, we need an ultra-modern market structure. Ultra-modern market structure. And when I put up this structure, if I tell you, it reduces a lot of things. Infant mortality rate, push, criminals, don't go away because this place don't there for donkey years. But Pakaba is here. I don't really have for 35 years. They are spending lifetime. It's me and the family. And this place is a blessed place, Belgium. If you know what you come here for, you get it. If you don't know what you come here for, you find yourself. There will be empowerment for the young man, the youth of this community. And they suffer. I said the president can, they move around. Hey, chairman, president, you almost $1,000. I say, look at you. You're just taking a phone about yourself. I spend for His Excellency the President. The President don't spend on me. I love the President because he's my friend. I'm always proud of him. I'm always proud of SLPP. So, Mr. Chief Minister, if I go talk, I talk short. But it's an humble appeal I'm making to you people. From here, I want you to take a vessel of what I'm saying. So you can take this message to the President for discussion. Thank you. And the man is Chief Minister, during 2007, where Paranes in the wood, now I can Belgium. He said, what do you allow do for in Belgium? He said, Papi, I SLPP. When anything you want to give them, only I SLPP. I don't go. He talked down before he failed this smile. What clap for about? Before he failed, one more time, you back like this. He is still the chairman. He's a wonderful kind anyway. Don't clap for him. Okay, now we go straight. Now we call the chairman from Kube Kutoro community. They can give you 2 minutes talk. That chairman, they large introduce us small before they come. Now, man, we just like this with chairman no more. But now the vice chairman. Now the vice chairman for the BPK, Belgium, KGB Petersburg. Now they grew up now since Pakaba days. They don't tell by SLPP. They don't marginalize them. They don't do all kinds of things. When guys in Abunagosia, they don't have petty state traders. They don't have this. When they can in the pull and day because of party this, the party that. But he still stand on the farm say yes, me na this, me na this. It's not less a person but Mr. Sanfa Kamara. No give me one. Mr. Sanfa Kamara.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bola. One country, one people, SLPP. The only way out, the only way forward, the only way through, and power to the people. And the only party is not way to power. The final says to alone. Any next one they pull out. And they need people in the power. Now they go from the over now. But then you people don't give them power because the community exposed. They are the bad. Mr. Minister, sir, Chief Minister, Minister of Youth, Mr. Amano Ibagura, I'm going to work on what's up for you. They are going to have a Topole Kechidon, Mr. Jamiru, you're too high every watching us, it has God make us a bit to never bless you. Waiting, me just one for saying that most of the time for Turkey, almost the brother and the sister are not talking. Mr. Chief Minister, sir, I want first continue for congratulations as a young man as you are for that all the Ministry of Education. It makes today most of we what will be spent by education today come now for we. God bless you so much. And as you see people who are looking so right now, as a young man, I believe say in leadership, not your eyes stop. God get for it. May God continue to bless you. Whosoever will get any bad plan for a God the Almighty expose them and turn them back to the name of the Lord. And the same time, the president, the only Shilon, the told me president, they told me launch for an SLPP now. That's why they web day, most of the people are already there, they should not be there. Now we pray for her. Whosoever will not have a lady black bearer, let God and account. I don't think to say take 3 days there. So when they will not be I won't let anybody out. The power of my enemy of our own for that. So we pray for you. Anyone in there will make confess by you. Let God destroy from your heart. Now I get to the point. Mr. Minister, please not go far. But come on top of this man. You don't say in politics, others are doing like how Sabi said, so if you get power, you will meet up for assistance. For working at that particular area, one of my this man from the government. When I draw a government, when I get a position. So we said, from Timon Arena, I will go there and meet immediately. When he said, we will go and meet in the back and say, no, these people they need. Yeah, I beg Mr. Minister. Like that is. When I get another go try himself, another not prove himself, but I'm sure he won't prove himself. Minister, the push people, they know that this one whole country, what they cause that? Most of them are idleness. Because they don't know, they don't go back to school, but I'm sure they can't man away. The time when you got to get the opportunity to wait, they go and build, they can't watch them. But we have man over there, and they are push, they can say, they don't transform their level to so much. Yes, that's what they do. The chairman man always say, tell what taking nice just about the food. Yeah, Papa man always. We got a big land like in here. One leg, when they can't build for you something, now where they will take for them. Men land up or do capital work, messing and work, and all that thing, they will sell work, because they land work, let them come out their idleness. Now, idleness, they cause all this. We are with it. And they think that people are talk. But Mr. Minister, yeah, this now Baba in document they are ballet go look at it and go for body video. I don't know. Thank you very much.
Now make a snap here. The next speaker over the call now. I am man where you don't tell. The same people that back, they don't tell these governors. They don't foreign gap with Makaba. Just here in the foreign gap with His Excellency Bill. It's no less possible, Mr. Francis Mana. Mr. Francis Mana.
One people. I believe they are safe now. I said no, so. The time when the opposition not fit for talk one people. Not now we're in state house. One people. I want to talk on behalf of my Thomas Street and Bedroom, Petersburg, Kijimi. What I will find out say most of the talk are almost at the same. We the traders are the same thing we already do. One, we lack empowerment. Empowerment they go without stores, they go without proper market. Now, we don't get access to finance. You find out that most of the money we go to, they all are business money. But if you ask someone what's in capital, they know it's 2 million, they know it's 5 million, they know it's 10 million. One people, one company. If we go to the bank, they will not get the criteria. They will ask you for school, they will ask you for this. But when you look at the other money when they come from other countries, they come, I'm not getting jealous for them. But as they come, they where they hold their hand, they get them on a bank, they get a capital, they begin blocking a Shekasini street, with about 4 streets, and they know what they do. All of say, we this year, we don't get sense. And the economy of this country, if you don't have the hands of Thierry, it go better? It go better? This can be problem. I don't know what to solve them. What's in my way, now with man, they are above we. We go always a day like how this show. We are on a fair reason. We don't say government will take money back in our pocket. When I give the assets, go to a bank. Many people take say yes. This man has 7 and 9. See somebody. No get a loan. If you get a loan, you go for payback. Don't. There's a one way at the days where they will say Salomon can carry their money to America. Me no want to go America. Any people don't want to go America. Before they will go to America. Go China or go up and go make fun. That's what we have to do. One people. So because of that, at the time, Mr. and Chief Minister, our Information Minister's present, and then for all protocols observed. Honorable Fale, we thank you very much for the few days that we belong out with you. And all the other groups then, so I did well as all the other ones observe, attack on our own.
a vibrant speaker we get for camp. Now man, I introduce some brief before you come. I can say that the youth, what I mean the youth, whether the push the Jew the this that when you go lonely now, any way you see Juman and day in a chairman for them. Now my way very tough that is future. So they can do a brief statement, 2 minutes no more, on behalf of the youth. It's not less supposed to Papa Kamara. What do you mean that? Honorable Chief Minister and the youth chairman, Omanowi, now, I want to point down, we are a bunch of sellers, right? SLPP party, we're down at this road. After God, the man for the SLPP get life like this road. That's good. Then 2, the population from the market fine. Because now, it's still selling the whole of this town. Right? What if you say, Mr. Chief Minister, we bet your BBK. Who bet your BBK? One nothing, no. We need empowerment for money business. Yeah. Together. And Moses Bonner, that money will not stop and go for the president. Will not just Mr. Chief Minister, we got the people on this other side. Oh, we don't forget 50 million. What's the I decided to take care of my family. But I'm getting picking part of school. So, for 2028, the party will go here. The party will go before. The party will see so do what tell the person, hey, the man they don't do nothing. They want money for do business. That's the pastor. like that, no. And now we for sit down and listen. We all don't talk. Now Lord give audience to the guest. The man that went there with the country. And the first speaker over for call. Now the own dictator, a radical entity. When I do the first degree now for the college, he was my dictator. A radical. Now outstanding man since Fobe College, he already stand tall. The leadership not only begin now. Even among lecturers, they lead, they freedom. Now when it's not picked up, even if not class safe, among others, when it's not picked up, problem don't solve. So leadership not only a beginner, leadership inside system. So I want to can pay attention and listen now. It's not other person, but beyond dictator, the Minister of Youth Affairs, Minister Mohamed Oman Bagura.
One people. Out of me. The chief minister, when I'm the boss, my brother, the presidency, which already we brothers them, and all of the chairman, the real chairman, I bring my greetings from the Ministry of Youth. I don't listen keenly to with all statement then. One of the things that I go for talk about when we boss they are in the community commitment then. But one thing I know, the better will continue. Because China business will be talking, will not be continuing, but don't know that we do. I want to talk small about the boats there. When I know the ministry of the few ministries there, we left money, about 8 billion, for going to election. They ask, why you left this money? You should say they come back. I tell my sister when they come back, we can implement them back. We left them going to election, we believe say Madabio, they beat it even before the election. Now only my way get confidence, we know how the ballon we know the main man they know say they come back, and another will come back. And the boat them we don't buy 70 boats. Not to go to the give people for free. Now one of the most successful projects under the Ministry of Youth Affairs, where we give young people in the boat and then pay. Chief Minister, you will surprise or no say the people in we give boats nowadays. I'll tell you now they don't do over 5 boats out of the 2 boats we give them, and they even get how they call them, they get Osusu, they get when they do with more people and more give boat, they don't empower. The boats not to throw the give young people for free. When they give now, then when I go at the end of every month, when I pay. So that's the scheme for the boats. The commitment, whether they get or not they get, or I will hear from the chief minister. Because me, just one of the messengers there. Now I sit down at the right hand side of the president. Where is this? Where they do at the kitchen? The China program will be the talk about chief minister. I'll tell you, there many people there. The president and the bishop of Sierra Leone now buy and sell and agriculture. And create entrepreneurship and agriculture. What do we believe now this part of the country like that? When you trust me, give me soft loan. Loan where they don't ask me for count me and buying house, my papa in house. Loan where you go give me on a single digit to come a soft loan. And give me a buffer zone 3 months, 6 months, where I go buy a car. When you talk about job, I'll tell you, you get people who get shop. When they go to China, they go buy them shop there in wholesale. They sit down at the shop there, they get young man the way they come, they can't take them, and they'll go demand them. Anything you want, they go to China say, we can have Belgium, what you want to get them. Then they go take and cancel. What you want something, say, wait for it up now. They go take and come. So the China business, how will the type of set up now that we want to see how business people Then system they go buy for themselves and come and cash stock. From after which they sell they own base them on a very low scheme, on a very friendly business. How the business be there? But we don't do visibility studies, chief minister. We don't do everything. And we just depend, like you say, how the local time, you know, chief minister and desk. We will ensure say, who say stop? And we will committee ensure to stop. I will remind them, we will do the needful and ensure say we get them. Some of them is telling this battery. A business master. Also, several of the so I told you to fool. Yeah, I'll tell you, you give somebody like when you chairman say, give her 50 million today. Come after 6 months, no go ever make 50 million again. Because it's a bit told you to fool. Now that make one of the things that maybe they push inside these 5 years now access to finance. Go back no day when they get 70% loan recovery. What if they say no people are not trusted? Sagwe with Abosu. Abosu. Sasa from Babala. Abosu Siram. So when they push for the money for ensure say we get the youth empowerment fund, the minister of the Jordan member, we do on the track, we ensure say we do the thing again. On the aspect of drugs and substance abuse, that one day, na me and you business. If you decide say you go take push, you take drug because of XYZ, trust me, you know they take 1 week, 2 weeks, you don't pack everything we get to Kilisem. Why you need for Kilisem? Because of these things happen. When you take them, they go put the action. So, anyhow you junction, when you are junction today, anyhow you be, you must get that in 10, 15 grand. Because it's one pack push at 10,000. If you ever take 3, why you need that 30,000? Why you keep them and you can go food? So we already allow the agency we talk to brothers that the effects of drugs and push a bad. And now I push and I push them we know, but they get other things the way they do not good. If you not talk to your king, we government can talk and ensure say we put all the policies, put all the structures together. Yeah, but we self-therefore take responsibility of your own destiny. We mama them go to begin them or begin them go to mama them to ensure say we don't do anything. One of the chairman that make mention of the car wash them. Yeah, if I put car wash now, I'm not going to carry it. But however, we will ensure say we can see what's available. And at the end of the power, we say we ensure say all the things that I don't like, I don't put them down together. And we all go now and chairman them, we don't get a finished business. And now finished business, I think it's a real for. On behalf of the young people, the chief minister, I just want to say plenty thank you to come with Bona. Mama, I let her get, no matter get sweet. If you think of people that get sweet, come with Bona and one person. And on our own, we know, say we don't begin. But turbulence will come. Now we don't take off back. Because I should say, with the chief minister and the president, they will not be cast on side way, you don't know. And we also will get a good report. On that note, I don't want to tell you, please thank you, Mama, and we all born as a please, this issue of drugs, it affects you. If you take out everything our government to do, you do safe. We begin them, they don't take this thing for be something else. But whenever we all go to school, we all go up together, and then next day, they don't talk for be something else. With the ask that we all talk to them. Not to that violence way. Not if we go beat and pull on a boom, beat and pull on this. But let me know say, no, this really takes you. I'm okay, but anyhow, let me be a don't go hustle. Trust me, we hustle at this time. Better than me, I was at this show. We hustle, you get. Now, how you hustle now? Not to that bad one. I tell them
Minister, say I also know what to do. So don't really demand that. Okay. Once more again, we tell the minister thank you for a good talk. We don't want to sit down. We don't get a deal, a done deal, or deal where they are going to do it with the minister. By God in power, I don't attest to that, I don't answer. We all eat. deal there where they between we and the minister, Swazi, Belgium, PGB, Peters Group, and all who get deal with the minister of youth. No. You know, say very soon, I like that. You know, say where you call some speaker and they, you know, you get the shoe for introduction. Even if you're not the chairman, there are levels in communication. We get for 6 strands, land over that side. And we get a person where they can introduce the keynote speaker. We get a person where they can introduce the minister, the chief minister, the keynote speaker. That person they give a brief introduction. As for now, they work under the chief minister as the coordinator, citizens engagement unit, office of the chief minister. That person they don't tell about politics. Of course, like household name, as you hear name, you know say this. Even if you don't sabi and say facially, but when you hear name, the name don't the sound. Back in the days, you don't tell about politics. They know all the gritties, the pros and cons. They know, and sabi way back. There's no less a person but we honorable Robin Fale.
Jamal, salam alaikum. This we don't take already not too long talk. The positive way I've introduced, I don't work with them for too long, but I don't observe them for over time. And I'm positive way personally, when I don't see me way something correct, I talk and play. I don't admire and I appreciate the efforts of this country. The person, the young man, and the person, they don't work, we don't change the lives of one picking them from the planet. We're planning in this country for the past 10 years, we see for one of the ministries it will be difficult. But we can change that dynamic. Do not know the day when they go talk to her, they go see one, they go to the school, they go. The first time when my sister and I admire a lot, my big sister, when they go Kailam, they talk to this person, they talk to young girls in the street, not the road, about education. There don't be no such thing as minister. Now later on when they go now, now they see that the minister that one day, everybody was shocked. That alone moved the people in the Kailam district. So it shows the person very simple, accessible. The other thing where I admire the short time where I only work with them, they get that emotional intelligence. They feel how other person they feel. Go to that person way, they come back. No. It's simple, they give you the task, they give you the empowerment, they say work, and give me feedback. They make person you be yourself. Not to that leader we get for the PNU. They can say that cockroach. No, it gives you the opportunity for when you go and do what you want to do. I like that for that. The other thing I like about is that you communicate with people. Talk to person in the way where you understand. It make you get the best out of that person. I noticed that one about them again. The other thing I like about them, when you come, you believe in change. Say, yeah, like when you walk and the book inside, it changed it. And now that make the president get a big responsibility. Say all the ministers them, now you, though you young, now you can for supervise them. And the church right don't come, the ministry where it is as chief minister, it don't begin to transform. You say, before I change all sides, let me self change my own force. Now they force them begin for change, do performance in a contract with people and check how people there for work and make things happen. And above all, I would say that big opportunity will God don't do it for them work. And what you want to do now, you don't start to do, and that's that the person will do work that will take the government to the people. Not to so like line up for me. So possibly we can lie to take the government to the people. Now the 16th of this month, and they when I write this letter, the central district say that now the 16th when I write that letter. And the act on them immediately straight say me over and Fati say when I act on that one and I then 2 days there when I see I come and I see when I be committed and look at the kind of crowd if I be big also if you follow past this and I let the road and I propose to myself. So not the politics you play. No, a one big governance come to now. See the government come to the people. Blah blah. When I see what it happen, no minister, no for the minister and the children are explaining. So this is not to no other person when people say, I mean, boss, I want to work. I don't begin appreciate your efforts. I are ready for work for work with them for them to deliver the deliverables. And no other person, but the chief minister of all, who is charging all the ministers.
Thank you very much for that warm and generous introduction. I actually want to start who say you end. The letter to my desk because my team they always bring every letter to me and I read everything we can at my office. And the letter come and say some people there from Belgium, from Kobaya, want to get meeting with me. And I immediately say, sure, better schedule the meeting. And then 6 days ago. And the reason, and not be say with him, would I want to tell me, but rather for say would I want to engage on governance. And so for me, when I say yes to that engagement day, I say because we believe say government and governance really not for the people there. How government they work based on what people are telling me. Based on what they read, and then they like to make sure say the work they do, they go happy. Now it doesn't be one can. I count with other people there from government. I count minister them, we related. And the minister of trade before they have me and me can quick before in the car. So now make it kind of. So I would first of all start by telling you that thank you for who invite me. I want to tell you that thank you for willing to trust government enough for engage with government. I want to talk about maybe 3 things there. The first one that on, you know, when the chairman begins to talk about peace and cohesion. When they talk about peace, now young man then now we can go first. Now we the young people now we go run. Not only go party. The one then we really they send people in the street. Then you don't carry their food, they wait for me to get interview afterwards. And the young man there, and then they under rain, and then they under sun, and then they go stone, and then they go lock up. When they lock them up, now we send one back in the council for saying that your brother, young man, young woman, and I go free them. The one that we send with the young people there, nothing daily. Instead, when they go there, they go to snap or take for Tunia, for Hala, all the young people there, we did it. So, the importance for me, we the young people there know. Because now we didn't say when they talk about peace, not so theory. Now we get the peace. Now we will make it hala, and if I will be able to continue that engagement there. The second one, I want to continue sending brother stuff on Kush. You know, people that we didn't want to meet the other day. Nice people, what's that Kush now powder? I get meeting with the National Drug Enforcement team last week on this issue here. And this issue is so important to we, His Excellency, and we all will talk about this regularly. They say back then, the jamba where they smoke, you get any chemical inside the jamba, where they call cannabidol. That day, that be less than 1% jamba. Now, the current jamba with it, now about 3 to 15%. So more the jamba with it drug about jamba with it back then. Now take Kush. People that they take jamba, they add arata poison panan, they add all kinds of things inside. And when they can catch them Kush, then they can go to an lab for good one. The reason we put it die, that because what to say them all is now over 15% jamba inside you. But then they add arata poison in the back. Then they add other things that they have, other chemicals there. So, number 1, drugs illegal. Number 2, this is a poison now beginning they take. Where we can see a reason somebody don't die because they take Kush. Let's say plan for, and not to one person. Would they read Boku people there? I read one statistics. You know the Kisi health facility, the mental health facility. Really great, they don't develop and the doctor, they're really professional. inside 2020, now about 47 people there, now they show up, where people that when they don't take drugs, they can realize that they get problem. 47 people that they show up now Kisi for Kush. Inside 2022, 1,000 people that they show up. This 2023 they don't hit. 4,000 people that they already don't show up. Cells showing up. So we get an epidemic. And important where we know say this epidemic here is not the solve past we that we get for solver, that we brother them, and we sister them, the cellular push them, and then they try for behind, but we be high than the high. I want for the one takeaway, I want for me all member. Now that not just na jamba with a high potent jamba, but a jamba with a arata poison, with your other thing there, 9 days it take. So Musani brother end, I want to add to invoice for talk say important that we become the agents of change, because they can give me young people the bad name. We don't depend on committing there, we are progressive young people there. I want to tell President Bill thank you. Inside this government here, it could tell people the way that 40 and below. Many more than between 40 and 50. President Bill believes say young people there will make the majority of this country here. If we did all man still society, then they talk about young people there, no, because they understand now all the past. If me still society, they talk about young people, they understand because now we all get involved. And important that then we don't get all that young people that were in the street they do bad name. Not so we because we don't want to get bad name, because the what they do, they all they do before if we even point to look at young people there, you see how young people they be, we need to give more young people than confidence. So now I make these opportunities our president, they don't give young people then we young people in the government, they hold on with two hands because we don't say plenty more young people in the salon and the confidence they look. Because then be one them when they say that they look down for so happy that alone, they will say, you see what we need young people, there's also to that position here. So we understand that evidence and we need all support. Not so for we don't want to be in this position here. And for all the young men there, and young women there, alone, and all over the continent. The other thing I want to talk about is the Big Five. The president's the Big Five. We go where I'm saying that we bring governance to the people. Number one, President Bill said fix alone. We don't need to fix alone, go sit down the more, they wait for something, we go plan the rest. Yesterday I see photo in Cambia, no know that in Cambia, I'm going to Cambia. If you see the rest, thousands of hectares, how long am I go harvest that rest day? When that rest day harvest, the Musa can go, Guinea. What thing do we the young people there and we people in that salon, we there, some of we wait for work. Then the plants rest in Cambia, thousands of hectares. But we know they for go for harvester and counter and cancel and a free town instead of Guinea than the current go. The importance of when we don't say the feed salon project. What President Bill say by 2028, inside the next 5 years, with where we feed research, with the basic thing there. And the thing is, it's possible. You don't say we're not import oil anymore in this country. Huh? You don't say that export to the export palm oil and refined palm oil, and it's not that it's for make soap and all that thing there. Now we grow the plantation there. Now we harvest the plantation there. Now we do the meal. Now we export oil. Now make oil not lost so. Why make if you so no inside 3 years not import Yabas? Yabas, the minister told me the other day, $30 million or $38 million now they spend for import Yabas. We not having plant Yabas. If we plant Yabas, you know the sweets like how Yabas they will from where and that. And the sweets are the one they say. Because we all are organic Yabas. And I mentioned this because if we would do one with oil, we don't do one now. We would do one with rest, we would do one. We would do one with Yabas. We're not going to feed this and exporter. Number one, feed salon. We the young people there. Now we get to make that feed salon succeed. We really know. Number two, human capital development. I'm glad we want to brother and say one skills development center there. I will talk to the minister we involved and see where you can there and see what we will learn the skill there for do what we need for do inside the human capital development. Number three, now youth employment scheme. The minister talked about that the GISNO. But I want to mention something. Today I meet with the Munafa Fund people there, just before I can make a later, sorry for that day. Today, 11,225 people that don't benefit from the Munafa Fund. Out of this country, 11,000 people there. And then people there, we talk about single digits interest. Now 9% they pay. Now the lowest interest we available to people there today. Out of that 11,000, 73% are women there. So this that fund where government don't put together. I don't know whether Muna Fabinaya or people that don't benefit. Lawyer, but I just want to know that don't say the Muna Fadi work 11,000 of we brother and sister that we only don't benefit for. I don't hear and we don't take note for bringing and come. One other brother said one more that a fund, capital, and that capital is not enough a fund thereabout. And the fact say, as a country, we able to put together that 26 billion there, and we brother and sister and they take that money, they go do business, they can, they pay back. Yes, sir. It confirms the point, wasting that money, that capital now need, and the capital amounts are different. I want to do the one good news because it's not minister. If we don't come with a cabinet, for making cabinet establishment, they call Youth Empowerment Fund. So cabinets don't already agree for many government sets money together for give business to young people there. So we are the we will make sure say that fund day, obviously now for all man and salon, but we will be accept with this time for all and we make sure say at least we will benefit. The other good news we want to talk about, and then the one of the read news Liberia. Liberia don't choose they call Youth Development Bank. I want to tell you that say salon self again for launch Youth Development Bank. So when we get a Youth Empowerment Fund, and President Bio they work for Big Men and County Youth Development Bank now, then they continue for underline in faith way getting we young people there. And we as young people there for play we own part for make sure say we receive that opportunity there and for take advantage of that day. But inside the Youth Employment Scheme, we are the third of the big five. We say we will bring 500,000 jobs over the next 5 years. Then work then, seasonal work then, informal work then, and then business and entrepreneurship work then, and formal work. Not to all man time that brother we get a big portfolio there. And not to all man need for the office. We all need for the make living from technical skills, from business and entrepreneurship, and that'll be nice fine. So over the next 5 years, we will do that there. And we can make requests. And this Maya say if I talk, it will make me do one. Not so. Okay. So I want more permission that say after we can do the survey now, based on the survey, it will do that at least 2 boats there. Wow. The other thing we want to also highlight is one part of the project that we Ministry of Youth from Wokan. I don't think it don't take 2 months. You just take 2-3 weeks. So you take people, you just did it yesterday. This Maya already done get one World Bank project out of which then you forget about 800 young people that we can get cash transferred directly. To make sure say in priority, I will make sure say young people then get job, young people then get the cash, and young people get access to the financing to make sure say people happen. In terms of the support to the market, we will begin add pressure to the Freetown City Council to make sure that they do their work, they play their own role, and this work here, we keep talking, but not to talk level. We get Bokaya and the ground, beyond the talk and invest it. So we put pressure on our city council to make sure that they do the work where they work, not to talk level. In terms of the market, again, we will engage them and on skills development. Now, I want for end so that before the place dark and I don't come for a while for say I know Kenya because of politics. So we know that politics night out means and because SLPP win and President Biona, President Nade and Chief Minister. So one country, one people. Yeah. And the important link between politics and governance. But I can't today in the function and role and capacity as a government official. We're very aware that not inside the party that they are promote. And I say this because when the right people that they in position and with all the benefits, if we count the solution then I will just count that some people will ever benefit to that for all man. So important that we create first of all we put the right people in the position. And we thank you for who that puts the right women at the position. I want to tell you that thank you on behalf of President Bio that puts our day and we all day. But the important, when we know say, as government, not only we don't hold in a state lodge and state avenue. Government involved Munaba. Government involves when I see something really happening when I talk to the policemen. Government involves say if you see somebody do bad thing, you engage and say, we might not do it. So if I do, government involves say, the other big thing I come up and today I already say, but come on the thief lines. Yeah, lines. With the thief people, but who the thief lines? Including some officers. Yeah. If you see somebody in the thief lines, you could take and say, no need for good talk about that. But you know where they suffer? You know, inside that money, they go that money they thief, inside they come out. Now that money they don't use for go buy medicine. That money, what they use for paying for that light, all that money they pay because they thief light. Now they use for go pay nurses. So the request is when they come to we as government for say, do we want more loan? We're not able to give but put money for set up the youth empowerment fund. If they use that money for go pay extra because we the thief lines. The important when we understand the link between what they do and government and time money they come out. So, as an example, if you see one of the thief lines, they will go like say, forget your meter and use your meter fine. But if we let them all man thief lines, 40-50% loss. Our government is not suffer. And when government suffer, now we begin them with school and then suffer. So important for me that I end by saying, yes, I can't inside 6 days old and invite me, so the next time I invite me, that will be 6 days. But this is not going to be the last time where I can And also all the time I will get town hall meeting. This town hall meeting is important for me. But I go one for the car, I can't just come back no more, can't see what's happening. I can't show me around And if I read something, when I call the people there within government, we need to know. And if we are able to get there, somehow when I let her reach me at the office, I'm a reader, a writer, put something, but I also so that's a be right. And that's a be said in the state house. And if I do that, they will reach me, And if you reach me, I will take action. I want to give them the award, say. reached me, just like what this reached me, so I will take action. I mean, word and commitment that's all that. I want to tell you thank you. Yeah, people will take that or give me a team. So that don't make my main lawsuit, make sure I see him on the table. I want to tell you thank you for the time we want to create. And yes, I want me representing governments, and I make other governments with a kind. This man a presidential spokesperson, so we kind of press secretary, presidential press secretary. So they follow all the way have the state house, and other people that they have the state house back. I want to make we know say this relationship here at Abotego, and Abotego. Because we, the young people there, we get to change this country through what they do and through how we do that. I tell you that.
I don't know the big hand. I want to know the big hand. I want to know the big hand. I want to know the big hand. First in history, for all of this kind meeting, with chief minister and this country. I beg, let nobody not going to do this one. I never clear that. The actual you come first, you go. Before we come on, we will clear this way before I dispatch. And finally, Chief Minister, the people that just tell me say, hey, go all out, say they go, let's and others groups them. Now we all have it in the one we want to come, we go back to go. Now we go congratulate her. So that's the last one we make. And it's time. Now we right back to go. So I beg. Una love you. Una love you anyway. Amen.